Welcome to our Lent reflections for day 14, taken from this book by Ros Clark, 40 Women. And our woman for today is Rahab, and her story is told in the book of Joshua. This is taken from Joshua chapter 2. Then Joshua, son of Nun, sent 2 men secretly from Shittim as spies, saying, "Go, view the land, especially Jericho." So they went and entered the house of a prostitute whose name was Rahab, and spent the night there. The king of Jericho was told, "Some Israelites have come here tonight to search out the land." Then the king of Jericho sent orders to Rahab, "Bring out the men who have come to you, who entered your house, for they have come only to search out the whole land." But the woman took the 2 men and hid them. Then she said, "True, the men came to me, but I did not know where they came from. And when it was time to close the gate at dark, the men went out. Where the men went, I do not know. Pursue them quickly, for you can overtake them." She had, however, brought them up to the roof and hidden them with the stalks of flax that she had laid out on the roof. So the men pursued them on the way to the Jordan as far as the fords. As soon as the pursuers had gone out, the gate was shut. Before they went to sleep, she came up to them on the roof and said to the men, "I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that dread of you has fallen on us, and that all the inhabitants of the land melt in fear before you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea before you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites that were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon and Og, whom you utterly destroyed. As soon as we heard it, our hearts melted, and there was no courage left in any of us because of you. The Lord your God is indeed God in heaven above and on earth below. Now then, since I have dealt kindly with you, swear to me by the Lord that you in turn will deal kindly with my family. Give me a sign of good faith, that you will spare my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all who belong to them, and deliver our lives from death." The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, says Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. Fear of the Lord recognizes that God is God, that he is all-powerful, that he is almighty. Fear of the Lord causes hearts to melt and knees to tremble, and mouths to dry, and men to bow down. Rahab feared the Lord. Rahab, safe within the walls of the city of Jericho, had heard the stories of this shambolic group in the wilderness, whose God had somehow enabled them to defeat the organized armies of Sihon and Og. No doubt the stories of these runaway slaves had been told and told again, stories about how their God had enabled them to break out of the iron grip of Egypt's Pharaoh and make a bid for freedom by walking through the Red Sea on dry ground. Perhaps there were even rumours swirling that these Hebrews were planning, even though they were taking their time about it, to come and conquer Canaan. Maybe the citizens of Jericho had even speculated that the invasion would begin right there with their city. Rahab had certainly heard the stories. Rahab had felt the fear. And Rahab knew that the Israelites' God was God indeed. When we heard of it, our hearts melted in fear, and everyone's courage failed because of you. For the Lord your God is God in heaven above and on earth below. The Lord your God is God in heaven above and on the earth below. Their God, the God of the Israelites, is God in heaven above and on the earth below. He may be the God of this ramshackle tribe in the desert, but Rahab has worked out something far more important. He is also the God of heaven and earth. He is the God of all people everywhere. In other words, their God is God. What do you do when you're confronted with this God and realise that you're on the wrong side of him? What do you do when your courage fails and you're afraid? You change your allegiance, of course. You throw your lot in with his. You disobey your own king. You hide the Israelite spies and you plead with them for mercy on you and your family. You decide you don't want to be a Canaanite anymore. You want to be on God's side. Rahab does just that. She pleads for her life to be spared and the lives of those she loves. She demands a sign that will protect her on the day when her city will be destroyed. Instead of losing her life, she will save it. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom for Rahab. It prompts her to switch her allegiance, to defy her king, and to seek mercy and protection for herself and her family. And really, that was only the beginning. She lived out the rest of her years on earth as a faithful Israelite, and her memory lived on much longer. Rahab is honoured as one of a handful of women mentioned by name in the ancestry of Christ himself. In the New Testament, she is honoured for her faith in the book of Hebrews and for her righteousness in the letter of James. Here's the thing about Rahab. It doesn't matter, in the end, whether you first turn to God out of love or whether you turn to him out of fear. What matters is that the God you turn to is the Lord, who is God in heaven above and on earth below. Throw yourself on his mercy, and he will not let you fall. And so we come to our time of reflection. Think about how you first came to God. Was it prompted by fear or by love? Or both? Does that make any difference to your trust in him now? And secondly, what have we to fear from the Lord today? Who should be fearful of him? So let us pray. Lord God of heaven and earth, thank you for Rahab, who did not fear the soldiers or her king, who did not fear to lose her people and her place in life, but who rightly feared you, the all-powerful God, and whose fear caused her to throw herself on your mercy. May we follow her example, not fearing the world, not anything we may lose or suffer, but having only that fear of the Lord, which brings us to true wisdom. Amen.